large company. I'm designing chips. I became an entrepreneur. I ended up doing 6 startups when I worked or was part of the founding team or was the founder. And then we helped start another 20 or 25 companies on the board or advisory board. And I've been teaching at Berkeley for the last 5 years. I teach entrepreneurship and innovation at the business schools at Berkeley House. And most of my life is every day connecting with entrepreneurs and talking to them about their business ideas and also giving a lot of career advice to people who are trying to figure out what to do with their lives. A lot of my students in that category. And I realized that what we do, what we practice, the way we breathe entrepreneurship in Valley is somewhat unique to us. I've extensively traveled around the world, and I noticed there's an extreme hunger and desire for people to shape their own lives and start their own companies. So I'm trying to export the knowledge and the DNA from Silicon Valley to a lot of emerging economies. So I frequently speak, often invited by the State Department in countries from Pakistan, India, Turkey, and Singapore, and Japan, and Brazil, and other countries like that. And I've been also trying to put my knowledge into ebooks. So I'm writing a series of 6 ebooks, and one of them actually I put into paper, which is in the back. Jumana has some for display. I just finished a book called Get Funded, Definitive Guide for Entrepreneurs Seeking the Funding from the Right Source at the Right Time. And I'm working on a team and how to attract team and talent. So I'm trying to capture my knowledge and share it with the people here as well as overseas. And I think the thing which I want to share, some of the things I want to share with you guys, is that most entrepreneurs really have the process backward. And most of my conversation is, most people think, okay, I have an idea, and let me set up a company. Let's talk to some lawyer or do incorporation. And next thing they're going to do is, okay, let's talk to a VC. This is the typical thought process. How do I know? Because that was my thought process when I did my first startup. And then we found some money, and then we basically for 2 years locked ourselves and worked on the product. And the whole thing is backward. So if anything I've shared with people is that the method of starting a business, as I understand it today, the sequence of events is very different. When you have an idea, ask yourself, what are my main assumptions? Why this idea should work? And your next thing is find customers. Not to see a lawyer, not to see funding, you have to find customers. And if you cannot talk to and find 10, 12, 15 people face to face and really understand their pain, what is the unmet need? What is their pain? You don't know what the idea really is. I have not met a single entrepreneur ever which has gone to market with the original idea they have. All ideas have to be chiseled away. It's much like Michelangelo finding the slab of marble behind the dumpster in the church, and took him several years to shape that into the statue of David. All ideas are like that. Ideas are raw. They have to be chiseled away. And the way you chisel away at them is by talking to your customers. I remember my first company when we worked for about 18 months, we came up with our first product and went to market in the first trade show. And it was missing a huge feature. It's like having missing the left wheel on your automobile, because the way we designed chips, we didn't need that feature. That was another department in the company used to take care of it. So this was a very hard lesson, which cost me 3 years of my life and $4.2 million. So the whole process of how you approach an idea, being from first learn the customer, understand the pain of the customer. Do not try to sell whatever you're designing. I don't even talk about what my idea is. There are 28 questions you have to ask before you even start a business. And those 28 questions are something like, what is the unmet need? Why do you have the need? Where have you tried to solve it? Why haven't you solved it? Who makes a decision? How often it is made? At what price point is a no-brainer? So that's the clarity you need before you should sit down on the drawing board, you refine it and go about it. So the whole process of doing this market research and then getting traction and involving customers early to define and refine your idea before you approach investors. So I think the whole process was backward for me. It took me 20 years and lots of my life came to figure out a method which is sensible and seems to work now. And I'm trying to share that with people here and people abroad. But I think one of the most beautiful things that I tell people is that there are 2 kinds of people in the world. There are are job takers and job givers. So you don't have to be the job taker. It's not the only option for you. Even if you employ one person, you're a job giver. So think about that and pursue this thing. I won't bore you for too long, but my last comment, which I'm very excited about right now, is the whole idea of social business. And this is very inspired. I'm a student of Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel laureate who started Grameen Bank, and the first book, Banker to the Poor. His third book just came out. I just met him at the presidential summit on entrepreneurship in DC 6 weeks ago. And the whole idea of social businesses, that setting up businesses which are meant to make profit, but they are designed never to return any dividend or cash back to the original investor, except to give the original investment back. No dividends, no other thing, but you can imagine starting a business, the whole purpose is betterment of society. But it's not a real business, it's not charity. I've always been troubled with the whole model of charity, because it's not renewable. But starting social businesses, which actually charge people and make money, but the whole objective from ground up is that you're going to solve some social problem which you want to solve. Whether it's providing clean water to some people and water needs to be provided. Because I have struggled with this all my life. The CSR doesn't work, corporate social responsibility. That's just a bad patch. You have to fundamentally agree on day one that the whole purpose of the business is that goal. And you may raise money from investors and you can pay them back, but all the profit you make goes back. And it allows you to do things completely differently. And I'm very inspired by that, and I'm trying to teach people how to do this and starting my own social businesses. So there's some very exciting stuff going on, how we can do as citizens things which are going to change society and impact in a way which is going to perpetuate itself. The dynamics right now in the market are just amazing. Social media is completely changing the dynamics of consumers and producers. There's so much power in consumers' hands with things which you already know, like Twitter and blogging, but we haven't even seen nothing yet. This is the tip of the iceberg. The new dynamics are not even understood by companies or by people. And it's going to have a profound effect how things are marketed, how things are bought, how things are consumed, how opinions are made. And there's a very exciting topic which I'm enormously fascinated by, and I was happy to meet Erin today, who also seems to be a thought leader in this topic. And I urge you all to look deeper into this. We'll look into it seems so trite when I say this, but it's such a great time to be alive right now. There's so much changing around us. It's just fascinating. And I'm so glad to be here in Silicon Valley, right here. I'm a fascinatingly smart group of people who came tonight. Thank you so much.